Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, or whatever ungodly hour you find yourself listening. We are the Bards Against Humanity, here to strum your lute and absolutely wreck your ear holes. So prepare for a podcast that's going to hit harder than a nat one in bed, because we're coming in your ears.
That's right. It's your boy Leo. What? And our delicious Dan.
You've used that one.
Damn it. Our edible Dan.
It's still too close.
Bit cannibally, isn't it?
Yeah. All right, Hannibal.
Yeah. Bit more eat your toes than lick your toes, isn't it? My bad.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit.
I'll do better next time. Today we are going to be talking about a brand new Ranger subclass called the Winter Walker. Dan, are you pumped?
I am pumped. I love seeing new subclasses, especially ones that, because, you know, it's good. 2024 is becoming his new own identity and kind of getting into that. It's no longer just the new and updated. It's no longer just updated versions of classes. They're coming out with new versions, new subclasses entirely. I have not looked over this one bit before this because I kind of want the reactions to be semi-authentic. So I'm trying not to look at this page while I'm speaking into the microphone.
Semi-authentic. Interesting. You rocking a semi on me, Dan? And our viewers / listeners? Don't know what they're viewing?
It's the Ranger subclass.
Pretty much just
you do the math.
The math that I've done is that Dan really likes the Ranger.
Yeah. Even though I am willing to admit sometimes they're shit, but I like them.
Hey, you know what? Love doesn't see that. Doesn't see that part. It'll acknowledge it, but it won't care for that part. That's what love is. That's what Ranger love is.
Exactly.
Anyway, what the Winter Walkers are, Winter Walkers hone their craft in the bleak and frozen wilds of places like Icewind Dale. These ruthless rimmed rangers. Fucking hell, it's gotta be rhymed.
Yeah,
rhymed.
There would be a second M if it was rimmed.
Well, you know, what happens to the Ranger subclass stays in the Ranger subclass.
Hold on, just going back to that. Getting back to that, right? They are honing their craft in the bleak and frozen wilds of places like Icewind Dale, which are almost entirely covered in ice and snow. Why would you be getting a rim in the snow?
How do you stay warm? How are there more Eskimos born every year?
The only thing I can see with that is someone's eating mess. No, the only way I can see that going is it's going to be like licking a frozen ice pole situation. You're going to get stuck.
Oh, Christ. Well, surely.
And then at that point, you're just turning yourself into a DIY human centipede.
Well, you obviously do it next to the fire, you silly goose. You never rimmed in the Arctic before?
Oh.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. These ruthless rhymed, but that just sounds like I'm rhyming rangers with changers. Anyway, these rhymed rangers hunt monsters that haunt Arctic wastelands, eventually becoming frigid terrors themselves. Winter Walkers are well versed in the phenomena of Icewind Dale, including the latent magic of fallen Netheri cities, endemic monsters like yetis and crag cats, and the rising threat of Underdark invaders. Due to their cold pragmatism, terrifying magic, and mastery of the region, Winter Walkers are regarded with equal parts respect and fear. 10 towns citizens say that Winter Walkers' frequent exposure to malignant entities gives them their fearsome powers. Who the fuck wrote this? Many remed...
I've been holding it together for so long because I'm like, you know what? Fair juice to you. This is a chunk of text and you're reading it, but my God, they are throwing in some.
Who the fuck opened their thesaurus today and thought, you know what? Fuck you. Jesus. Many Raymond nomads, on the other hand, believe that nature spirits bestow on Winter Walkers are a unique curse. Fuck this person, whoever wrote this text. Saving the ink. Fuck you.
They were saving the ink for books like this. The new
endemic
hunter,
monster.
they get one sentence of text. The Winter Walkers give the dyslexic D&D player a fucking aneurysm.
Like, why do they have to be endemic monsters? Why are they just monsters? Like, I don't get it. Endemic is the one that I can say the easiest. Rhymed. Looks nothing like rhyme or time. It's rimmed. What are the rimmed rangers with the endemic monsters? I don't care.
I actually have to look up what the word endemic means, and apparently it's regularly occurring within an area or community. Compare with epidemic or pandemic.
Fuck off. Stupid. Winter Walker, interesting, but it's already on a bad foot with Leo. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I understand it's a new subclass. And you want to give it some lore. Do it in half the text. If you have to use the word pragmatism, endemic, malignant, then you're probably not in the right room. That's all I'm saying.
Are you just a fucking nerd?
Do they not know what the reading age in America is? Like, they don't have a clue what's going on here.
Apparently, I've revealed my reading age because I did not know what the word endemic meant.
No, endemic's a weird one. Endemic's a weird one.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's fine. But fuck. Oh, you know what, Dan? You can do the fucking level 3 ability. I'll tell you that.
I can do the level 3 abilities if you want to take a break from all that text.
Nah. What do they get at level 3?
All right, I can take the first 2, and you can take the.
No. Oh my god, there's fucking 3 level 3 abilities.
That's why I said I can take the first 2 if you want me to.
Nah. I've got my eyes on one.
All right, okay. So at level 3, the first ability you get is called Frigid Explorer. So you gain the following benefits. So Biting Cold. Your damage from your weapon attacks, ranger spells, and ranger features ignore resistance to cold damage. You also have Frost Resistance, which gives you resistance to cold damage, and any resistance is nice. Cold is not the most common, but you will encounter cold damage most likely in your campaign. You also have Polar Strikes. So when you hit a creature with an attack roll using a weapon, you can deal an extra d4 cold damage to the target, which can take this extra damage only once per turn. When you reach Ranger level 11, this extra damage increases to a d6. It just adds a nice little extra bit of cold damage that ignores resistance, which is pretty cool. Sucks that it's only once per turn, but I
don't think so. I don't think so. How many attacks do rangers get? You know,
they're not super
prone. Yeah,
but I think they're trying to avoid things of like a fighter like imagine a fighter taking a 3-level dip into ranger to get Frigid Explorer, and then 3 attacks later they're dealing 3d4, it's like 3d4 cold damage.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely what they're avoiding. Like, if you go as a full ranger, which I always try and, we mentioned it last week with the hunter, where it's like it begged to be multi-class, and it was a real shame. I don't
know the likes of like monk taking a 3-level dip into ranger for Frigid Explorer, and then every flurry of blows gets an extra 2d4.
Like, exactly. So I don't mind it. Ignoring resistance is good. Gaining resistance is good. This is a good ability, and it makes sense thematically. Because really from what I gathered from the intro, is that they live in the cold.
They do. They do.
Yeah. What they also get at level 3 is Hunter's Rhyme. Hunter's.
You can really tell what's on Leo's mind right now.
I'm sorry. It's even spelt like it would rhyme with lime. But it doesn't. Anyway, ice rhymes you. What does that word mean? I've got to Google it. What is rhyme? Rhyme definition. What does it mean? Because they've used it too much. It is to cover with hoarfrost. Come on, this is just asking for more googling. As a noun, frost formed on cold objects by the rapid freezing of water vapor or in cloud or frog. Oh, that's fun. Look at us learning new things. Thanks, D&D.
I knew it had something to do with like the cold, but I wasn't sure of the description. But that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Ice rhymes you and your prey, protecting you and hindering them. When you cast Hunter's Mark, you gain temporary hit points equal to 1d10 plus your ranger level. Additionally, while a creature is marked with your Hunter's Mark, it can't take the disengage action. That
is really nice. That is actually really nice, because casting Hunter's Mark with that D10 plus your ranger level is essentially the temporary hit point equivalent of Second Wind.
Yeah,
which is
good.
Which is really, really good. And especially for level 3, that is an absolute maximum. That's 13 extra temporary hit points, minimum 4.
Like, that's good. And I don't know about the can't take the disengage action. It doesn't happen a lot in our campaigns, but the first ability, the first rhyme, is so good. It's so good. So I'm Winter Walker's looking good. And to top it all off, there's more to level 3.
There is indeed. So you gain at level 3 Winter Walker spells. So when you reach certain ranger levels specified in the table below, you will always have the following spells prepared. So at ranger level 3, you'll have Ice Knife. At level 5, Hold Person. At 9, Remove Curse. 13, Ice Storm. And 17, Cone of Cold. All of these quite thematic for, the whole like icy vibe, because of course Ice Knife,
yeah,
Hold Person, you're freezing the ground below them and you're basically just freezing them in place with intense magical energy. The Remove Curse is a weird one, in my opinion. Like, you might just be freezing the debuff or whatever, but I also know that I think from like traditional fantasy, like ice or water, like attribute magic tends to have some sort of like healing property to it, depending on where you go. Ice Storm, self-explanatory. Cone of Cold, one of my favorite evocation spells.
Yeah, no, it's super good. I was actually going to say that even Hold Person kind of sticks out. Remove Curse sticks out like a sore thumb. It'll be interesting to see whether or not with the different leveled abilities, it'll make a reason as to why, or you're dead right, and it's very Avatar: The Last Airbender. Water is not just the hitty hit, it heals.
It is the waters of life, except these are the frozen waters of life.
You must heat them up for them to be the waters of life.
Exactly. Ha ha ha.
But very thematic. I like how they've progressed it. Like the best spell is at level 17. It checks out. Tick. Thank you for making sense.
Honestly, Ice Knife at level 3 is just really solid option in and of itself.
Like, yeah, absolutely. This is a very decent class
so far. Like, we're only just on level 3.
And they've gotten 3 incredible abilities. Hunter didn't get this shit.
No, they did not.
So, let's see what they got at level 7. At level 7, they get Fortifying Soul. You experience surviving harrowing environments allows you to bolster your allies in addition to yourself. As a magic action, choose a number of creatures you can see equal to your wisdom modifier, minimum of 1. Each chosen creature regains hit points equal to 1d10 plus your ranger level and has advantage on saving throws to avoid or end the frightened condition for 1 hour. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. Oh, we drop a little. It's not bad.
I don't necessarily see that as a drop. I see that as a continuation. It does feel out of place. Like they are kind of going for the whole, I don't know, like dipping into the whole like supporter healer kind of vibe with that. This definitely feels like it could be like a support, like some form of a support character, but they're mostly doing like offense. But it is quite good to heal your entire party. Potentially your entire party, depending on your wisdom mod, for 1d10 plus your ranger level, which is, again, minimum 8, maximum 17. It's like an extra bolster. It's like what's that cleric spell? Oh, Prayer of Healing is the cleric spell that's pretty much only usable outside of combat because it takes 10 minutes to cast.
I like, it's fine. I think it's like there's a real advantage to it when you're fighting a big dragon. I don't.
Yeah.
Just leave me be, right? And like half your party's down. You can, because you're giving up your whole action is the issue. It's the action economy that I have an issue with. If this was a bonus action, this is a sick ability. If it is a whole action, and I think unless people are down, then there's no point to it. Nearly. Or do you do this at the very start? Do you try and, because I know I do this with you, Dan, where I try and sneak in an ability, like we're about to start combat, I can sense it. Now granted, there's like 5 other people in our D&D group, so you gotta really shout it to, I want to cast this. Do you cast Fortifying Soul just before you fight the dragon? So you have
now,
the hit. I guess they're not temporary hit points, are they?
No, it's
so
regain hit
I don't
points.
know. Yeah.
This is a perfect example of an ability that you normally wouldn't use during combat, but to bolster you outside of it. Like, say for example, like a good DM going into a boss fight is going to present you with situations where you're going to have to use your resources. So I'd imagine if you're going into, say, like fight like an ancient, like for example, if you're going at this level, going up to like traveling up the mountain to like fight like an adult, like a young say like white dragon or an adult white dragon, if your DM's an absolute fucking sadist. And you're going up that way, say up that way you might have encountered, say, like avalanches or like other sort of like natural occurrences of, say, like dangerous terrain that could cause you to either take damage or have to use your resources to pass through. You could have encountered like the dragon's wormlings, like its offspring that have been down hunting on the mountain. You've had to fight those. They might have done some damage. So the fortifying soul is a way to, it literally, like as the name suggests, it's to fortify your party a bit. You might have taken damage going up to that dragon. You want to try and make sure you're as close to max as possible, while also giving yourself the ability to potentially not be frightened by that dragon's frightening presence.
I think, I agree. I think it's one of those abilities that it will very much depend on your DM. Now, granted, it'll be unless you're a group of D&Ders that kind of just do one shots, or you do the arena style kind of D&D. This is going to be absolutely pointless for you. But if you are a DM that kind of is like, ooh, this could be a bit of a challenge here, because some DMs would be like, okay, so you've made it near the dragon, you can take a short rest, so that you're actually up to your abilities. If you're not that DM, Fortifying Soul is going to be really helpful. I think you're right. It's going to be outside of combat more than inside. It's definitely, talking about it more has made me think that it's a little bit better.
It's like at first glance, it's one of those abilities that doesn't necessarily seem like it has a place in the Rangers like repertoire of actions, but it does feel a bit more cleric-y to me, or at least kind of, like more along that kind of like supporter vibe. Like it feels like a Bard's Song of Rest that's kind of been thrown in here. Granted, it's not unwelcome, but we'll have to see what the rest of the class provides to see if it's kind of. Absolutely. Because we're only like halfway through, it'd be kind of.
We've been scorned. But Hunter did this to us.
Hunter did this
We've
to us.
We've been scorned. So
yeah.
What do we get at level 11?
Okay, so first look at level 11, we have Chilling Retribution. So when a creature hits you with an attack roll, you can take a reaction to force that creature to make a wisdom save against your spell save DC. On a failed save, the target has the stunned condition until the end of your next turn. While the target is stunned, its speed is reduced to 0 feet. You can use this a number of times equal to your wisdom mod, once per minimum of once, and regain all uses on a long rest.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's certainly better than Hunter's level 11.
Well, that's not difficult.
That's not difficult. Stunned is quite a useful condition because it completely bypasses that enemy's turn. So if because once you're stunned, your turn is bypassed entirely. It doesn't matter how many actions you've left to do. Like, say for example, if the enemy has 3 attacks in that round, and on the first attack they fail that save, that's it. The rest of them are moot, null, void, done. So
I must say this is a very interesting ability. Actually, I like the fact that it is a reaction as action economy. I'm here for it.
Like stun, just to get the official rulings on it. The creature is incapacitated, can't move, and can only speak falteringly. The creature automatically fails strength and dex saves, and attacks have advantage against the creature.
That's a very good condition.
So far, I'm still sticking with this. This is seeming like a very support-esque ranger.
Yes.
Like, if anything, Chilling Retribution, especially on kind of more legendary-esque encounters, you're fishing to use those legendary resistances, because no creature in their right mind, or no DM in their right mind, is going to want to let their big bad just not use a legendary resistance to fail that save.
Which for 11, and you can use Wisdom modifier, which you're obviously, if you're looking to build for Winter Walker, you're gonna have high Wisdom because it seems to be the fulcrum of everything. So you're at least you'd be aiming for 18 in Wisdom by level 11. So that's 4. You can do it 4 times. You could try and just bullshit this guy to be stunned. Now, granted, they have to fail every single time,
And
but
they have
still.
to hit you with that attack roll. But the fun and
That's true.
funky thing is you can try and force this. Like, if it's not their turn, or if their turn has been like already gone, for example, you can try and force this if you're within melee range by just leaving their melee range. And that DM is going to be like, oh, they're going to get an attack of opportunity against you. And I'm like, oh, do you now? Maybe this is the plan all along. They'll hit you with that attack, presumably.
Just bloodied. Oh, come on, guys! It's opportunity attack. I'm doing it for you.
So
this is good. That's a very good ability.
I really like this. I'm liking it so far.
Oh my God.
It
I
can
know.
only disappoint me from here.
So at level 15, Capstone, subclass ability, Frozen Haunt. When you cast Hunter's Mark, you can adopt a ghostly, snowy form. This form lasts until the spell's end, and while you are in this form, you gain the following benefits. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest, unless you expend a level 4+ spell slot, no action required. Frozen Soul, you have immunity to cold damage. When you first adopt this form, and at the start of each of your subsequent turns, each creature of your choice in a 15-foot emanation originating from you takes 2d4 cold damage. Partially incorporeal, you have the immunity to the grappled, prone, and restrained conditions. You can move through creatures and objects as if they were difficult terrain, but you take 1d10 force damage if you end your turn inside a creature or an object. If the form ends while you're inside a creature or an object, you are shunted to the nearest unoccupied space. That's just cool.
It is quite cool. We're starting with this. The Circle of the Sea slander starts now. Circle of the Sea, this is how you do emanation damage.
Yeah.
It just happens.
Also, get fucked, Circle of the Sea.
Yes, get fucked,
Circle
of the Sea.
You are
Circle
trash.
of the Sea makes you make an enemy as a bonus action, make a save, or take damage with no like talks or anything of that damage being halved if they succeed or not. This one, they just take the 2d4 extra cold damage at the start of each of your turns, or when you adopt the form. It forces them to take the damage. I would like it to be a case of once on a turn, if an enemy starts their turn in or enters that emanation, they take the damage. But that's only reserved for spells like Spirit Guardians and stuff like that.
I don't mind it massively, and granted, it's only at the start of your turn where that happens. Oh, I was about to say, when you first adopt it, and the start of each of your turns. Like, you don't want someone just running around in and out of the emanation doing 2d4 cold damage, making themselves a runny boy.
Yeah.
But no, this is just cool. This is fun. Is it one of the most unbelievable level 15 subclass abilities? I don't know. However, it is just fun.
It's
There's
fun.
no...
It's tied into Hunter's Mark. And if I go back to level 15-ish... Yeah, by level 15, taking damage can't break your concentration on Hunter's Mark. So you're, at minimum, going to have that form for one whole
hour? Yeah. That's just fun.
Hunter's Mark, at minimum, is an hour. I think it then goes up to 8 hours, and then a maximum of 24.
Like, that's just fun.
It is. It's really fun.
Yeah. I'm sorry, it's just fun.
Everything about this subclass screams at me that I want to play it. I am pleasantly surprised because the new subclasses they've introduced, looking at you, Circle of the Sea, a lot of them, like that one especially, just it has not been great. So I kind of got a little worried, I'll admit, when I saw Winter Walker. That's part of the reason I didn't want to look at it before this recording. But I have been pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, this
Fortifying
like
Soul
this could be
still seems like a really weird out of place ability, but I'm here for it.
Yes. It's still a good. It's our issue isn't the fact that it's not a good ability. It's still a good ability. It's just so weird. Nah, but I like this. I like this. There's also been you can obviously tell now at this stage that we have missed a few of the other subclasses and the other classes, but as you can kind of generally tell, we're doing them as we're recording them. We'll go back to the ones that we've missed. Those cheeky bastards.
Exactly.
I'm delighted I didn't.
Oh, sorry. Go for it.
I'm delighted. I also didn't look at this because I had a general look at Circle of the Sea when we did it. I had a quick read, and this time I've nearly like blocked off my screen, so when I'm reading it for the first time. When you're reading it, I'm reading it for the first time. And this is just a very thematically accurate, useful, fun subclass.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it. Level 11 feels very overpowered. I don't care about that. And
I wouldn't
normally
necessarily
my
say
biggest
overpowered,
issue
it's just strong.
it's super strong. And normally that obviously the Hunter subclass didn't have it, where the biggest and best ability is level 15, but like we've said in previous podcasts, campaigns tend to go to like level 13, 12. We don't see the upper echelons. So getting one at level 11 nearly feels like it's for the players.
Yeah.
Which is, yeah, I'm so here for it. Yes. I'm tempted to give this a 10 out of 10, by the way. I'm really tempted. I'm trying to, even like Fortifying Soul, it's so weirdly out of place, but I still think you'll use it.
Well, I'd use the shit out of it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
let me look at 2014. Let's see what they did. Losing it.
They don't have a 2014.
Fuck it. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I think this is a sick ability. I would actually play this subclass, and I'm a real prick for optimization, but I think you can with this subclass.
I think you can. I think I'd be inclined to give it like a 9 or a 10. Yeah, fuck it. I'm going for 10. This is possibly my favorite subclass I've seen of Rangers, period. And I really like Drake Warden. And to be honest, I'd love for it to, see it gets some updated love. But it literally only just came out not too long ago.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen.
This and Drake Warden will probably be my favorite subclasses. This I may start taking over Drake Warden if I was to play Ranger. So I would go 10. I'm actually really surprised. I'm really happy that Ranger's got a really nice subclass like this. You can fulfill like a damaging role. You can fulfill like a damage support kind of thing. It's just nice. I really like it.
I know what you mean. You feel weird giving it a 10, but it's where does it lose points?
The only reason it would lose points for me is Fortifying Soul, because it just seems like such an out of left field ability, unless the designers are really going for the whole water and ice heals from the fantasy stereotype. But it's also a nice ability, but it feels so weirdly out of place for like an icy wintry vibe.
But you know for a fact you're gonna use it. You know for a fact.
For a fact I'm going to use it. And I can safely say that my love for the subclass is not entirely biased, because Leo also loves this subclass.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'd be really curious. I can't wait to do it kind of like near the end when we've done all the subclasses, we've done all the classes. I'd love to see what we've rated stuff, because obviously the way that how we record this is all jangled up, and we've been going at it because we were actually live on Podbean before we were on YouTube, where we've so we've been recording stuff for nearly a year. So I have no idea what we mark stuff out of 10. We're gonna have to go through that, but we have so many more subclasses and so many more classes to go through. But this is a 10. I have no remorse. No remorse? I don't think that's the right term.
Remorse may not be the right term, no, but
remorse isn't the right term. But the sentiment is there.
I have no regrets.
Regrets, that's the word. That, dear listeners, brings us the end of another session where the dice are hard, the jokes are harder, and our standards are at an all-time low. If you enjoyed this chaos, be sure to follow and subscribe. If not, at least we finished, even if you didn't. Goodbye.
I also just noticed that we never actually referred to any of this ranger as Santa the Ranger.